Welcome back to the channel, Stuart from ZSE Toys and Play, and today we're going to be unboxing and building the new SIKU World pier. Okay, so in this is going to be quite a long video, so I'm going to put some chapter stamps on the timeline of the video. So if you just want to see it already built up, or if you want to listen along as I unbox everything, as I attach the stickers to the model and give you my thoughts as I go along with it as well. So this is the new SIKU pier, which is the code number is 5512, and it's basically made up of two plates, which is these plates here, and the dimensions of the overall thing is 63 centimeters by 63 centimeters. So if you've only got a small area, then you can just have the dimensions there, and the dimensions on the box just there, as you can see. It's quite a big set actually for the money, and I think that's probably one thing to just think about. So just put the box down there, or we'll leave the box up in the background here for you to see. So the first thing I want to just highlight is that SIKU World do a range where you can just buy the blue water plates on their own. Although the nice addition that they have got on these plates is that they do have these swirls on there. And then on the underside as well, because on the original blue waterways panels, they are just a completely blue pack, and then you do have some stickers for a beach on each of the sides. You can see that unboxing of those panels or those tiles in the SIKU World playlist on the channel. Okay, so we'll just go into the instructions. You obviously have an instruction manual here, which is all fairly straightforward, like you would see. So we'll go through each of the elements, build everything up, and then see where we go from there. So it looks like that I'm going to put that there. So there's actually a couple of variations, which is good on the book, on the instructions as well. You can see here that there is more of a longer one that you can add. So it's basically you can just move everything around, which is what makes these plates really good, or sorry, tiles to use, and then it can fit into anywhere that you need it to, on whatever space that you do have. Okay, so we're just going to get into the build now. So the other thing I just want to mention is that you do get this boat on the same year. SIKU did actually release a firefighting boat, which actually has a hose here and then an additional Ford F-150 car with it. It also has the same ramp as well, but obviously is in different colours. So that's something to just let you know, if that you're just interested in getting this boat, you can get it as a firefighting boat on its own. So everything else here you can just see is the traditional push fit setup, that all the walls and all the sides and even the crane that you got here, it's all fairly robust. As we just open these up here, so these are the standard sides that you would get, and then you can see the panels here as well. So if you've never seen one of these buildings before, this is sort of the second generation of the buildings that SIKU for their buildings that they did previously have this really quite bad system where you would hook everything together on the corner, and then there would be like a rubber grommet that would go into the three sides there that would keep everything together. Well, that looked like quite an interesting design. The issue with that is that it was pretty much it was flimsy as anything, and if you are a small person and you leaned on it, it would just completely collapse. Where with this new system, with the push, where you push them into the sides like that, it's more robust. I was just playing with my son earlier with it, and he basically had his whole weight on it. It's 20 kilos, and the thing didn't collapse. Where with the old system, it would completely collapse. So it's certainly a good improvement on the previous version of the build. So then you've got these just little plates here that you can just see. We'll just get everything out of the wrapping. Everything comes in really nicely wrapped. So these look like some barriers. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, and share if you want to help the channel out. And if you've got any questions, please comment down below, and I'll certainly try and help you out. Okay, so then you just got these see-through panels here, and then we'll just see what we've got in here. This one, this looks like it might be the it looks like some kind of chest, and it's rattling in. So just a single solid small plastic chest there. Feels of good quality, so that's nothing too bad to worry about. We'll see what we've got in here. And these are the two buoys that get supplied with the model. So there's just the buoys there. So you get a red and a green one. So there's just two things to just look at down there as well. Standard plates that you get with most of the newer models of everything in terms of the buildings in the SIKU world. So we've got 1 plates there, 4 plates, and it looks like 2 ramps, which are different and new to the SIKU range. So we now do have this also new coloured plate, as well as this new top. I've never seen this arrangement before in any of the SIKU world buildings, so that's a good thing just to keep an eye out on. And we are just going to unbox the rest of this as well. So, and then we've got a 3 long by 1 wide plate, which again, this is new as well. I've not seen these on any of the SIKU world items that I have, and I've pretty much got all of the buildings, bar the garages, right the way back to the push fit style that I mentioned earlier. Now we've just got one last bag here, just getting rid of all the ties. Okay, so it looks like you've got the stilts that are on here, that are all these red things on there, all in this bag here. And then these quarter pieces as well. So I think the general synopsis of this is that you can see that I'm just going to go build all of this up, and then I'll start applying stickers as we go, and then I'll do my final thoughts at the end of the video. So if you do want to skip ahead to that point, there will be a chapter section on the timeline, and then you can just skip to that right then. Okay, so you get quite a few of these. That's going to be interesting to look at. So we'll just start getting into building the model. Okay, so it looks like you got these new pieces as well. So you're probably familiar with these half pieces that you normally would get with the SIKU world garage or the bridge. You would have you'll sort of recognize that piece. But this, we do have this new piece here, which is sort of a half and half of the pillars that you would get, or the blue pillars that you would get for the bridge or the SIKU world car park. And then we have these new red pieces as well, which I've never seen before. So, and then there you both got different sizes there. So you've got a smaller one and a bigger one there for you to see. And then this looks like a yellow piece, which I've seen before, which must be part of something else. And then it looks like we've got these lights that you would put on there, which would be part of any kind of marina or pier anyway. And then there are these sort of plastic pieces. This looks like a canopy. And then we've got a few flags here, which it looks like we've got some stuff. We've got some flags here and everything there. And it looks like then we've just got this little radar piece, which we're just going to put on this boat straight away, because why not? So that clicks in, and you can obviously hear that was quite noisy. So that's definitely in there. That isn't going anywhere. It doesn't look like you can gain entry into. Oh, you can. There you go. So there you can gain entry into the top, into the boat or the bridge of the boat there, and that's nice and solidly put on there. No man in there. If you was to have the car ferry, you would actually have a man in there. So that's one of the things that they haven't got, which is just one thing to to note, so we'll just put that way over there because we'll put that up later. Okay, so we're just going to carry on with the build now and see where we go. Okay, we'll just put in all of these in here. So you get one SIKU, plate to or button to finish it off. Sometimes you would normally get like in something this size, you normally get 2 red and 2 grey, but as we've got a completely different system here now, this is going to be quite interesting to see how this goes. Okay. So I'm just going to flick through there and I'm just going to see which one that looks like we're building. Okay, so it looks like we're not going to be building this arrangement. I think it probably means that you can probably move the building around as you go. But it looks like in this booklet here, we are going to be finish off and building it to the lengthways, which is probably pretty good because of be running out of space there. So that's what we're going to be heading towards at the end of the video. Okay. So we put that one plate in there. So I think if you for this one you've got this quarter plate there, but I think if you've probably bought any more of these new plates, I don't know if the waterways, if they've revised the SIKU waterways pack, which will give you 4 of these tiles as well as the stickers, whether they will have this swirly watercolor or whether it will just be the plain blue as it has been before. So you'll be able to connect up more and more tiles if you wish. But I'm just not sure how well that they would actually go together. So that's just one thing to try and find out maybe before you buy this and more of the plates. It might look a little bit odd. So I'm just putting on the quarter pieces as well. And this new system compared to the old system is much better. It's much more robust. You can probably, once this is all together, pick up the model all in its entirety and it won't fall apart. Okay, we're just going on to the next page, and it looks like that we're now going to be starting to put these red pieces on to form the pier. So we're just going to have a little look. Okay, so this is quite interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so you are just basically push fitting these pieces together, and those do look actually quite similar to how they would fit in there. So that it's got quite a universal sort of system to it, so which is quite interesting if you ever want to do any kind of variations with all the pieces that you do have. Just building this up now, and then I think I'll put in these 2 together like so, and then we've got a half blue piece there. It looks like we one piece. Must be that one there. Okay. It'll be interesting to find out. Okay, so I put one in this corner. I put one in this corner here where it shouldn't have gone. It should have gone in the corner, and you can see there is one actually left over there as well. So that's probably one thing to note, is that they've just sort of, instead of making all 3 sides, they have just left one of these open, which, okay, that's probably not very good. I think if they're going to finish it off that side, they should finish it off that side. But there we will see. and then we'll just put in this one place here. As we go down. Okay, and these is fitting in quite. This is obviously completely brand new, so the pieces are quite springy. Okay, so we've got past that section, and now we are going to one of the other plates, which it looks like we 2D. What is D? 2D. Got those 4 C's there and 2 D's. Interesting. It's that one and that one. This is a new size plate by the looks of it, so that's why I was struggling to find it exactly what size. So I think everything else we are normally working with a plate that size, which is the normal sort of given size. But like I said, in this model we do have this new three bays, and then we've got this smaller section here, so it's going to be quite interesting to see where that actually goes. Okay. So as I'm just building this, I'm just pushing all these pieces in. Like I say, it's this is one is going to be pretty new for what I've had to build in the past. I do have a bunch of a playlist of all the SIKU world that I've built before, where it's just me building them and no commentary over beneath it. So if you are wanting that, there is music in the background, and it is spitted up into the timeline. The only things that those don't have is my thoughts at the end, which is what I'm going to be pretty much re-releasing everything with my thoughts at the end in the for all of my SIKU models that I do have, or SIKU world models like I have with all my collection as well. So I'm just trying to speed along here and not keep this too boring. If you've got any questions, like I said before, then just let me know and I'll try and help as best as possible. So that's one ramp there. We've just got this other ramp. I do like building things like this because if you can probably tell in the background that I've got a bunch of Lego. I've got quite a bit of UCS stuff in terms of Lego, because I like the UCS stuff just because it's a lot bigger. I've just built down, and you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the side view of the ATM6 walker, the first order walker. That was quite an interesting build actually. In terms of the new cannon on the top on the center was a good was something good to just have a good build too. So it looks like this this pier is just coming out, just off the side like that, and then one of the ramps is going up there. Just get this one that shot away earlier, so I will probably need that. Just move that up there. So we've got one ramp that's on. That's me rushing. So we've got one ramp which is on like so. and then one ramp which is just off here like that as well. Remember, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. So that looks like that just connects onto there, which is a little bit loose at the moment, and that's just in running around free there for now, which I'm sure that will all come together at the end. Okay, so now we're on to the lung plates. And then we've got 2 of them. And that looks like that runs the whole length of these tiles. Okay, interesting. And these look like these have 2 deep on here. So maybe put that in the comments below whether you like the sikuworld range of products, or whether you much prefer the cars instead, or if you like them both. Just let us know. It would be good to have a look, get that conversation going on the channel, and also what you'd like to see me to review as well, and then I'll see if I can get it in. Obviously all of this channel is self-funded. I don't get anything from SIKU or anything like that. I just have a hobby and interest in SIKU, and that is pretty much it. So everything that I do get is something that I do want in the channel, because I don't get anything from SIKU when I do any of this. So okay, so that looks like I'm going to have to move these pieces to the side. Oh, also, I'm going to be putting this down in my garage gym. If you follow us on Instagram, I've put some pictures up there of just laying all this stuff out for my son to have a good play with absolutely everything that is out at the moment. Check that out, and it's quite interesting to see. You can see all my sikuworld stuff out, as well as a lot of my 1:50 scale SIKU models. Okay, so this is looking pretty cool already. Let's just see where that goes on there. So that looks like that does actually fit in there, and that sort of slots in, and that's quite robust actually. That's not going anywhere if you knock it. So if you have small people, they are obviously, their fine motor skills aren't so developed yet, so they do tend to knock things quite easy. So that's just one thing to be aware of, that it is quite solid. And I'm just having a little look at what we've got here. So what have we got here on there? It's just a case of trying to work out exactly what pieces are going to support what. So we're going to do one on that in there. The instructions for SIKU are pretty good, but there are these odd places, just like there is in Lego, to be fair, that they have actually missed, and you've got to just try and have a little bit of think exactly what you need to put in there. But you get lots of these red pieces anyway, so that's just one thing to just sort of note. Okay, on there as well, and that looks like we're just going to have 2 red pieces, red singular pieces on the 3rd one there. Okay. I think I am just going to put another 2 of these on the back there. just to support that. It's always interesting how that's actually, yeah, we're going to not do that. We're going to put that one down there because I have a feeling that we're going to be connecting something up to the underside of that one. That might be quite useful. And okay. Just got to turn these around just because I've messed up the position of them. And you can see this is going perfectly for my first unboxing live. I'm trying to narrate it as well as build it, so it's going brilliant. Just got to push all of this together now. Okay, so that seems to now be all in place, and I'm just going to move that up there as we're going to be building the building along this part here as well, so that's just one thing to be aware of. And we're building it, so we've got a piece that's here. Okay, so it looks like we've got two of these normal squares that you would have seen before. And then let's just see how we go with this. So what I've actually done some other reviews in the last couple of days, and if you've not seen them yet, they are I've pretty much reviewed the police station, the newer police station with a small push fit, the new fire station that was released a couple of years ago, and I've reviewed some of the parking house as well. So there's a lot coming on the channel. Some of it that I've already unboxed, but not put as part of my my narrated thoughts against it. But just those are a couple of things that you may just want to be aware of coming down the line in the future. So we're just looking now to get some of the correct pieces on here. There must be some opposite pieces on here. Okay, that makes sense now. There was just this one little area here which was for some reason was not playing ball on the instructions for me, but now I understand exactly what to do. because SIKU on this on this instruction manual, they've not actually showed you with it put in, just on its way in. So it's kind of, you've got that kind of, how does that sort of turn around? So that's one thing about the instructions, is they could be a little bit better, especially for someone that's trying to build it while record. So that's on in there, that's on in there, and there we go. So that's part of it there. And that seems like we'll just leave that there for now. The ramp up and the ramp off. And this looks like these second plates here are now going on as well. So that's just one thing to be aware of, is that we're sticking these together, putting these in as well. Like that goes onto there, and then that double supports that on the back there with these single pieces. So that's nice and solid actually there. So that's going to drive, that's going to go really well, and I'm just going to take a run that fits in there as well. So all nice and solid, and all going as according to plan as of now. Okay, so what we got on the next page, well, so we're now going to start building the sides. So we've got 2 of them, and then we've got 4 of them. And like I say, these are these normal push fit ones that you would get in some the newer sikuworld buildings. So we'll just have a look at how those go in. That looks pretty straightforward. Hopefully speed this up now that I know where we are with these again now. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward. Okay. There's a little ramp here, but I have absolutely no idea why they do have that on there, because I've managed to transition that really quite well. I don't know why that's there, but we're just going to slide it down anyway. That doesn't look quite right to me. Interesting. This looks like that just... Let's just have a little go at this. We're just going to build this properly the way it should be. I just don't know why that it is like that, because that seems to work quite well without doing the way I did it round like this. So I'm just swapping these bricks at the end here to a different way round from what it's shown on here. And then it looks like that this bit goes lower down than you actually see it here. And then you've got this secondary ramp to ramp up onto it, but I must admit the way I had it before made more sense than the way that they've got it here. Maybe yes, I think it does. The way I had it before, if you were to carry on with have more sikuworld road, which I probably will have, I'll at the end of this video I will take a picture, and then that will be as part of the video to see how I've connected this up to the rest of the tiles and the road that I've got. So yeah, just wait till the end of the video if you can go that long, and then you can see it in situ. But I think I'm going to have to change this little section here. I'll just show you what we've got on the manual. So you've got this little plastic ramp. I don't think that needs to be there. I think you could probably just switch that round, and then it's obviously made if you are just playing with this as a whole and not connected up to anything else. So we just got the door, the standard door, which is like any of the other doors you've got there. So it is just basically a push fit click system in. So that's all pretty straightforward. And then where's the door? The door is going, so I've put that in there, and that should be there instead. Okay, so that's one section done there. That looks like all one door as well, all one building in this corner here with a window at the back. Just get this all lined up. Once this all lines up and it clicks into place, it's a fairly solid structure. Okay, and then we've got the top part there. So onto the next page. Okay, so the roof and everything goes over this whole section here. It can sometimes be a little bit hard to wiggle this all into place, but once it is all into place, it is, as a system and build system, it is fairly solid, and you can lean on it quite well once it is all in. And there we go. There we have it. And then we've got on the other side, which must be where you pay your dues and your more fees and those sorts of things. So we got a little red tray to pay your money on the side there. And then you've got the canopy as well for when it's nice and sunny. That's all fitted on quite nice. And then we've got the railings. So we'll just put the railings on here. These railings you would see before if you've got the new police station. They're pretty much the same there. And they just sort of slot into there. These can be quite hard to push in. And then we've got further more down here. Okay, and now we're going to start putting in, by the looks of it, the crane. So I'm assuming the crane goes like that there. So then we've just got this connection here which has that sort of the shapes on it, which makes them fit into the various different sections of the standard boards that you've got there. So we will just click everything into here and see how we go. That looks like that goes onto there, and then that goes, let's go on to, now the question is, yes it does, it lines up there, and then you've got these ones that hang over the side there. Okay, so now we go with the crane part. So you'll recognise this crane part. This is actually from the SIKU container ship. You may or not know about the container ship, but yes, this is part of it. You do get this running lung sort of gantry style crane system, and then you've got the elasticated clip on there as well. So except on the container ship this is all red, where in here you've got this nice orange colour. It's sort of sunburnt yellow, isn't it? It's not really orange looking at it now. And that's just a case of clipping this in, and it flips over on both sides like so, but it's fairly straightforward, and this should push down nice and easy and then just click into place, and then is nice and stable. And then obviously you've got the boat coming in off the side here, and then to tick everything off on the docks there. So we're going to be putting some lights on the end of the crane here. Just get all the pieces. Okay, so we're just going to how many lights we've got there? We have 2 of these, and then 1 on the end there. So we've got that one that goes on there. Okay, so we've got 1 that goes on the underside in this hole here. And then we've got 2 of them that just click onto the sides of the crane here, basically. That looks pretty cool. Okay, so that's the crane. That looks like that's all pretty much done. And then it looks like we've just got to connect these up and secure them into place with one of the red elements, and securing this into place as well. Having said that, it's fairly secure from the underside, but they're just asking to put another one on the top there, so we're just going to put one on there as well. And it looks like that on the crane section here, we just I've got these two pins here. I'm not quite sure why they are put down there, but we'll just have a little look to see. Okay, so these are the mooring points for the rope. So we're putting them in, and then you do have the rope there as well. I'm not going to attach that on because I'm pretty sure you probably know how that works anyway. Okay, and then we look like we are coming to the end of the unboxing. We're just going to put these flags on. And then we have a barrier here as well. We'll just try and find where the barrier goes. The barrier goes down into this section here. It's fairly similar. If you have the fire station, you would recognise these barriers anyway. Okay, that goes in there, pretty straightforward. So then we're going to have these flags on here as well. Going to have, where do we click that into? So you could, okay, so there was a yellow piece floating around here, and that is basically for the board there to show you the sea times and the snack bar on there as well. So that's just one thing to just have a little look at. Got that on there, got that there, and then you can put all your flags where you like. Put them down. One over here, say. So you would drive your cars down with your trailer on here with the boat, and so you can put the boat in the water from there. got these boys here. And then you've got this here as well. So the crane has this ratchet system on there like you would with any other crane, which is fairly straightforward. Okay, so I've done it in this lengthways. There was obviously a different way. I have got a fair amount of these left over, and I did follow the instructions as best as possible. So that's going to be interesting to see the other variations. I have noticed there are some loose and some divoted areas on here as well. So maybe I have. So there is obviously a chance to strengthen this up. But it's a fairly solid model altogether anyway. And so, because you do have quite a lot of these left over, see, we just got one place there, and it's just a case if you are giving this to your little one that they may lean their wrist on that as part of it. So it's always good to strengthen up those areas so nothing pops off there. And then we're going to just do that there as well again while we have the spare sections there. Working absolutely perfect when you need it to. So just dafting around here and see if there's any areas which may need some reinforcement. No, I think that's pretty good. So you do get some spare sections there, and then it's just obviously at the end it's just asking you to put the stickers on where you want to, and then you can tie onto the boat the rope for the mooring as well. Okay, so that's it for this video. In terms of, let's just have a little review of what's there. I'm not going to put the stickers on because that's just going to take too long, and I may show some pictures at the end of it all stickered up, but I'm pretty sure you get the idea of everything that you should see. So pros and cons, in terms of the cost, I do think you get quite a lot for the model. I think your little one is going to enjoy playing with it, so that's just one thing. I think there's loads of playability with it. You've got the crane, you've got the boat, you've got the door, you've got the ramps up here if you've got other cars, and you've got the buoys, you've got all of this space, and you do have a lot of variation. As you can see on the box here, it does have a different setup, so there is a lot of variation in what you can do. So there is a lot that you can do with this model. You do get an absolute wealth of stickers on there, not just for the model, but you've got fishes and you've got nets and you've got boards for the boardwalks that you can put along here. And then you've got lots of fishes, seagulls, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think as a nice set, it's robustly built. In terms of the plastic, it is of good quality. The crane, it obviously does have a good 360 spin as well, so that's one thing that is also good. You do get this chest, so if there's anything, you've got any other items as part of your SIKU, you can put them in there as well. So you just do have that little bit of accessory to it as well. So overall, pros and cons of the model. I think the cons is not necessarily the model, but the instructions. As you saw with, if you could you had the patience to watch everything me building it, then you would see that the instructions aren't necessarily clear. The pros to the model is fairly big for the money you pay for it. You do get a lot of playability if you like the boats and the ships. I do like the way that they do have this swirly whiteness like you would have on the sea, embedded into the blue tiles, but as I said before, I'm not sure, because I bought my SIKU waterways tiles quite a long time ago, two odd years ago now. I don't think I'm unsure if the newer tiles actually have this swirl in them, so that's a minor thing that you might just want to think about, that if you do get this, that these tiles might not match the existing tiles that you have. But overall, everything seems to be, now it is into position. Nothing is coming away. It is in a fairly solid form, so you could pick it all up together and it not fall to pieces in your hands. And then you do get a lot of stickers with them as well. So is this a model that I'd buy? I probably would recommend to buy it. And yes, if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try and help you out there. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.